Okay, guys, so let's get started with the eyes. The palette that we're going to be using today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jackie Aina palette. And the colors that I plan to use today for our red color, Cranberry, is going to be Wigglies. If you follow Jackie Aina, you know where these names come from. And then we're going to use Ginger and Credit to kind of blend out the red color so it's not as harsh. We may not end up having to use Ginger. We'll see how it goes. But let's get started. So first I'm going to prime my eyes with the Mary Kay eyeshadow base primer. So whenever you're using eyeshadows in general, you want to use a eyeshadow primer. It helps the eyeshadow to stick. And if you use a colored primer like a white primer or I would say a flesh tone primer, what that does is it gives you the most color payoff. A lot of times, depending on the quality and the pigmentation of the eyeshadow itself, sometimes the deeper your skin tone is, you don't get the color to show up as well as you do on fairer eyeshadows, or excuse me, fairer skin complexions. So a way to counteract that is to use eyeshadow primer. If you don't have that, you can also use whatever your lightest shade of concealer is, but I typically try to use a eyeshadow base because that's what it was made to do. Mine is a clear eyeshadow base. Even though it goes on as white, it dries down as clear, and it also leaves your eyelid a little bit tacky, so the eyeshadow will adhere as well. And if you are a person who has oily eyelids, you can put some setting powder on top of the eyeshadow primer as well, and that will help your eyeshadow not to slide off of your eyes, to help it hold better. So we're gonna go in with red to start off. So I'm just gonna take my BH Cosmetics flat shader brush, and we're gonna go in. We're going to do a cat eye in association with this. And anywhere that you see me use black, you can use brown if you don't want it to be as striking, to tone it down some. But we're going all in. It's Christmas, why not? So I'm just going to go in with it. Excuse my dirty brushes. I have tried to film this 5 times now because I couldn't achieve the look that I wanted. I had ooh, that's pretty. I had a look in my head. I was actually using another Instagrammer, Rose and Beans, eyeshadow tutorial for red, but I just didn't like the way it looked on me, so I just decided to come up with something on my own. And that's the beauty of makeup. You can use other people for inspiration, and I'm literally just bringing that up into my natural crease line, and I'm going to push the product upward as if I'm doing a cat eye instead of bringing it straight out. And that's what I've been doing when I've been doing my makeup these days, is I don't necessarily like to wear eyeliner that much anymore. And I used to love eyeliner. I used to be a person who would opt to wear eyeliner and not wear anything else. And I've kind of figured out a way to kind of make eyeliner without eyeliner, if that makes any sense. And so I'm just, like I was doing before, I just took like the tip end of my brush and I just bring it up. I use the end of my eyebrow as a guide, and I'm just kind of swooping that in to fill that in, get that area in. So it looks a mess right now, but don't worry. It will come together in the end. And I kind of just use that as a guide for my eyeliner. That's so pretty. I really like it. I'm just going in with another coat of eyeshadow just because I want it to be super red. I actually like, it's not actually red, it's kind of like a cranberry, and the sheen or the shimmer that's in this eyeshadow is really pretty. I think it makes it very holiday appropriate. Cool. So I'm gonna wipe off that brush. Ooh. And so now I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush, the Morphe E37 brush. And I'm actually going to go in on my outer V area with the chocolate brown credit from the palette right here. And we're gonna do some filling in and sculpting here. And I'm using this chocolate brown with a pencil brush so I can kind of outline where I want to fill in. And I'm just filling in that little V that I had. And I'm just going to bring that in. And if you wanted it to be more defined, you can use black. But I'm literally just filling in that outer V with the pencil brush. And then just bringing it in. So this is how I've been feeling these days instead of using so much eyeliner and everything. I've just been using eyeshadow to do it. I'm gonna do the same side, and that's why I use a pencil brush so I can be more precise. And if you ever question, I just use my eyebrow where my eyebrow ends as a guide to where my wing should stop. And I'm just taking the outer tip or the outer corner of my eye to come out here and meet. And you can always extend it as far as you want. And as you can see, one of my eyebrows is longer than the other. Shh, don't tell anybody. And just take your time to fill it in as much as you want. And again, if you want it to be more dramatic, use black. I'm just bringing it in. And we can go in and clean it up later. And we're just going to bring that in, filling it in. All right. And so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to take my little makeup remover wipe and I'm just going to wrap it around my finger like so, and I'm literally just going to go in and clean up that edge and make it sharp. And do the same on this side. And this is why we did our eyes first today, because it can get a little tedious. So I'm just fixing that point there. And then I'm just gonna go in and clean in this little inner area. I want it to be just a little bit more precise. Okay, there we go. Trying to make sure both of my eyes are even. There we go. And if you like, you can stop here, but I want some exciting glitter on my eyes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go in with the color Dollars and we're going to give ourselves some sparkle. So I'm going to take this same pencil brush and I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it on our little makeup remover pad here. And I'm going to spray it with some of my setting spray. So I'm going to use the Rare Beauty setting spray and I'm just going to spray the brush to saturate it because I really want to have a nice golden pickup, a nice pickup from this Dollars. Oh, let me show it to you. So it's going to be this nice golden color right here. And we're going to trace our V. And if you have like a loose glitter, you can do loose glitter. I just personally prefer to use eyeshadow. So when I get ready to take all of this off at night, it all comes off very easily. I really like that. Now for the bottom of the eyes. If you want to stop here, if this is enough for you, I think this is dramatic enough. If you want to keep going like me, then you can just use the same colors that we used on our top up under the bottom. So I'm just taking the pencil brush and I'm just taking that brown that we lined our eyes with around the bottom. Now for me, I'm not going to put that red color up under my eyes because I don't want it to look like I am sick or anything like that. So I'm just taking a brown and I'm literally just going up under my lash line just to give it a more put together look. And I really don't feel like using eyeliner, so we're just using the same brown eyeshadow. We're just smudging it into the lash line. And then I'm going to take that same dullest color. I'm just going to bring it down here into the first third of my eye to meet that brown. So I didn't come all the way up to the front of my eye with the brown. I would say I went 2/3 in. All right, so that's our red. And if you want to go in with eyeliner, you can. I just don't particularly, do I feel like eyeliner? I'll do eyeliner. So I'm going to use the McGRATH eyeliner today in the color Xtreme Black and just go in my waterline. And this is optional. All right, on the other side. Okay, now for mascara. Um, it's a dramatic look. If you like, you can put on fake lashes. I'm just going to use some good mascara today. So I'm going to use the Pillow Talk lashes from the push-up lashes from Charlotte Tilbury, and I got a little tester because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I do actually really like this mascara. Because I'm going to wear a nude color with this, I'm going to go ahead and dot out, put foundation on my lips so we can get the truest color. Since our eyes are so dramatic, I don't want to put like a red lip on. If you want to, go ahead, but we're just going to keep it neutral for me. Not too much though. Okay. All right. Now lip color. I kind of want to do a red. But I said I was going to do neutral. Let's see. Let's try both. So for lip liner today, I'm going to use the Juvia's Place lip liner in the color So Rare. And I typically don't line my lips because it's hard for me to find a lip liner that I like. A lot of people like super dark lip liners, browns, and I don't want my lip liner to be that dark. So when Juvia's Place came out with this one and I tried it out, I was like, oh, actually this is the color brown that I'm always looking for in a lip liner. Okay. And then the color that I'm going to use is Mademoiselle. And I'm not a fan of neutrals. I will tell anybody there's no point of putting a neutral on because it's the same color of your lips. But when you have looks like this, when you don't want it to be too much, then I guess a neutral is suitable. And I like the fact that it's not like a brown neutral. This is a peachy nude, which I actually quite like. And so I'm just gonna go back in and reline. And a lot of people like to overline their lips. That's not really my personal preference, but if you like it, go ahead and do what makes you feel comfortable. That is the beauty of lipstick. In makeup, you can do whatever you feel like. So this is the final look, and I'll be right back. So finished look. Let's try it with a red lip. So I'm gonna try it with the Kylie Jenner Mary Jo. Let's try this one. Ooh. to be a pinky red. I want it to be red, red. I'm not mad about the red. It's a true red. The blue red.